All right, we're actually going to go right down to the court where Gary Mazarov, has been keeping track of what's happening down on the court. Gary, fill us in on this 6-1 lead that Mexico has now.
Everybody, we're in transit here. We started out with Mexico serving, and there was an immediate side out. USA scored a point, and now they find themselves with a 1-6 deficit. We're in game one of the final, boys 18. We have Rojas and Burnell for the USA. We have Longoria and Franco for Mexico. Point scored, 2-6. Tim, take it away.
Well, thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that interview. Always interesting trying to translate foreign languages, and appreciate Mrs. Fu bringing her son here from China. Incredibly long trip to come and see racquetball being performed at its finest, and what a great final matchup we have here today. Mexico, USA. Mexico taking a quick 6-2 lead. We saw Gary Longoria was visibly shaken following his win this afternoon. He cramped up out on the courts, but looks like Mexico hasn't affected Team Mexico here.
No, they, as I indicated earlier, they served. There was an immediate side out. U.S. got first point, and then Mexico scored 6 straight. So now it's 2-6. I want to introduce the officiating corps. We have Ramon de Leon from the Dominican Republic, our head official. Marie Paz Munoz from Ecuador on the left side as one linesperson, and Rolando Keller from Bolivia on the right side.
All of these representing their countries at the World Championships, and it's tremendous to have officials who have such intimate knowledge of the game and understand the pressure and environment that these players participate in. So Gary, what do USA need to do to win this? We saw Mexico really play a tough match against Bolivia, but come out the winners in 2 last night. US had a little bit easier round, so what did the US have to do given the fact they're down early?
Oh, it's a young match here. Keep their composure. I mean, they have credible skill sets, and certainly will give Mexico the edge, home court advantage. Great drop shot. As we watch the Chinese and Korean delegation come in to sit front row center on the sidewall glass.
Gary, I don't know about you, but I'm thrilled with the prospect of going to China in 2 years and demonstrating this sport to literally billions of people.
Absolutely. Look how good Mexico is. They're arguably #1 in the world. They will be in the juniors, and they won the Worlds this year. If it ever took off in Mexico City, a city of well over 20 million people. Where we're going, or will be going, hopefully, Shanghai area has well over 20 million, yet the country itself has over 2 billion. If you get 0.01 of 1% of the people to play, you're doing real well.
Absolutely. It's exciting, and I hope you heard that interview. Meanwhile, it looks like we have an appeal here. Both line judges overturning the call. So here we go. Let's get in this match. 7-3. First game. See Rojas on the right pushing up very far. Longoria having to use his speed.
Old-time lob right there, Tim. Just lobbed it up like in tennis, getting it back to the baseline.
So let's see what Burnell comes up with here. Sticks with the drive serve. Rojas, second server. We've seen him play a little bit on the professional tour. It's a nice ace serve there. Played well in the US Open. Didn't qualify as a singles player here though.
It's good for the U.S. It shows how much depth they have in that age group. Rojas is from Northern California. Burnell from the state of Washington. The two Mexican players, Longoria and Franco, are both locals from San Luis Potosí.
Quick hands there from Longoria, gets Mexico a side out. You can see the Mexican shirts, Gary. They actually have Franco's name on it. And that was from last year when Franco was hospitalized for surgery following an injury as he fell through a glass back panel door. He had to have multiple surgeries, and you can see his hand on his left side is a little twisted. So those shirts were sold to raise money for his hospital fees, and it's great to see him back playing.
Yes, I remember at the Pan Ams here in March, they honored him at the banquet. What a great gesture.
So we have a timeout here from the U.S. What did the U.S. need to do, Gary, to kind of get back in and get some points? That seems to be the issue. They got in, they had two servers, and they only got 1 point.
Find a set of serves that work. We've talked about this theme with this 40-foot long sidewall glass this week. If we can wrap them around and have the right side player compromise with the glass, with the carpeting, with the crowd, with the green ball, with the speed, chances are they'll be successful. Also, neutralize the serve for Mexico. So concentrate on that return of serve.
Beautiful shot there from Rojas. Earns them a half out. Acknowledgement from the Mexican Franco for the shot. It's nice to see.
Acknowledgement from us as well. I mean, that was 39 foot. 39 feet from the front wall. Splat rollout. Most people would have taken it early and lifted the ball up to the ceiling.
Nice hands from Longoria to keep that point alive. Has to be an avoidable hinder, surely. That'll be appealed. Both line judges overturn it, so it is a side out. The value of line judges to make sure that the call gets answered correctly. That's awkward.
So there's a consensus. And folks, because both linespersons disagreed, it was not a used appeal. If either linesperson agreed with the call, it would have been.
Speaking of appeals, Gary, we've talked before on our broadcast about the importance of keeping one appeal just in case. And we saw when Bolivia, Mina played Longoria, the ball hit the little microphone on the back wall, and Mina didn't have any appeals left. And as a consequence, the point stood, and he lost the match.
That's a coaching endeavor, Tim. Coaches need to be on top of that.
Rojas there went to the left side in that instance. Nice power from him. Good shot selection.
Failure to communicate on that by the Mexican team. So we find game one, 6 serving 8.
Rojas calls off his partner. Quick hands from both teams. And Rojas pulls it out with a pinch winner. Great shot from him.
The ploy by the U.S. tandem of coaches, Nick Maltabano and Jody Nance, will give Jody the favor there, 51% to 49 in favor of Jody Tim. I pre-qualified that before the match. Anyway, it seems to have worked, moving Rojas to the left side.
Another, he's really on fire with that shot. 8-8 is the score. Tied it up.
So after all is said and done this week, we will see Mexico will have won the championship, at least in the overall. Chances are that Bolivia has a chance in the, whoa, we'll come back to that.
Side out's the call.
There's an appeal. See, that's based on the previous appeal and the response. That's not a wise appeal. They're not going to overturn that. That was a bloqueo. He was right in the way.
Burnell is going to argue that he was far on the right, and Longoria had the cross court.
So they lost another appeal, Tim. Coming back to the rankings, Mexico will take first overall, Bolivia probably second, and then the second tier be the USA, I believe, and Costa Rica, and then the third tier, Ecuador and Canada.
Mexico did win it last year quite handily. Looks like they're going to continue to finish that off. It was going to be interesting had Bolivia made it to a few more finals instead of the Mexicans, but the semifinals were very important for Team Mexico, and we saw them in most of the finals today. It's limited our officials, considering that several of them are from Mexico. They're not allowed to officiate those matches.
Well, fortunately, of the 22 officials, 5 were from Mexico. In the past, we've had almost half of them. So that was an asset.
Good pickup from the Mexicans. Look at those hands from Longoria. Burnell read it, ran up, not able to get there. Mexicans now 3 points in a row, 11-8.
We talked yesterday about Longoria's selection of serves options, so he's sticking pretty much with the lob right side direct. It seems to have worked. And there's a case of jamming the ball into that glass, handcuffing Rojas.
Another point, 4 in a row. No timeout from the U.S. They're 3 points away from losing this first game. Longoria tries to guide it to the front. A little short. I don't know if you can hear, there's chants over on another court from Mexico. Lots of close matches today.
Second serve. All categories under IRF play now are 2 serves, including the open. 2 timeouts per game, 2 minutes break between games, and 3 available appeals. Called an avoidable hinder there. So from our perspective, Tim, I would disagree. We'll see what happens. Call stands.
So both line judges agree. That's a tough call on the U.S. team. They're going to have to regroup here.
They haven't used, as you said, they haven't used any of their allotment of timeouts. They're entitled to 2. 1. They used 1 of the 2.
Burnell.
Dead ball hinder replay, first serve.
Time a big skip from Franco gets the U.S. in the service box. They've got 2 servers. They're down by 4. They need a good run here to give them momentum. It's a good serve from Brunel.
So in this case, U.S. team, why not appeal? You saw Longoria's arm going up. Even though Mexico won the point, why not appeal it? Might get a dead ball hinder call.
Yeah, we've actually seen a player appeal a short serve on their own serve because they lost the point and it was overturned. So there's times when you can use those appeals to your advantage depending on how the point ends up. U.S. do get a point here, though. Rojas sticking with that Z serve. See Burnell, he switched sides to allow Rojas to shoot it. Longoria picks it up, Burnell.
Right side pinch winner.
He's hit several of those so far in game 1. Seems to be the one taking the shots for Team USA. Great serve. Oh, skidded off the back wall. 11-12. Looks like Mexico are going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves, and we'll be back with you for the resumption of game 1.
So this is the 7th day of play. This is the last match of the tournament. Seems like we've been here for a month. Incredible hospitality from the local organizing committee to the Club Deportiva La Loma. It's arguably the best club in the world. We have the IRF administration. Thank you to Osvaldo Maggi, Luc Sedange, Marcelo Gomez, and their crew. I want to thank Laura and Pablo and you for assisting with the video. I want to thank our main sponsors of the IRF, ProPen, the green ball, official ball of the IRF, and eForce, the official racket of the IRF. Do you want to win?
Or what?
Or what? We're back to play, folks.
Great pickup from Rojas in the front court. Does well to put it back in. Oh, but then he skips it with a big backhand. That was huge. We've talked about the importance of timeouts all week, Gary. That was a great one for Team Mexico.
Absolutely. So Team Mexico trying to close it out and go up 1-0 in this final. Boys 18 doubles.
U.S. team hesitated there. Longoria, forehand, pinch winner, splat. Glass side wall, front wall, unreturnable. 13-11, 2 points away. Sticking with lob serves, the Mexicans. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Backhand.
Oh, he called it a skip.
Well, let's see what happens.
Line
Overruled.
judges overrule it.
Folks, you need to develop a skill set before you execute a shot like that.
Low percentage for most of us. Rojas had the confidence to take it in a final for a world championship. It's unlucky from him.
So that ball off the front wall carried above the 12-foot line, the red line. That's the demarcation. Anything above it, direct, is out. And whoever hit the ball loses that rally.
Game point number 1.
If the ball bounces first and leaves, it's out of bounds, but it's a replay.
So there's the first game. Mexico take it 15-11. Gary, this has been a long tournament, as you said. We've seen literally dozens of matches, not only streaming but also officiating. And I just wonder, is there any player or players, doubles teams, who've really impressed you this week that it's kind of a, wow, we need to watch out for them over the coming years?
Well, certainly the Mexican 18 doubles. I mean, they're a step beyond all the other teams. I mean, the U.S. team is a quality team, and they certainly have the opportunity to beat Mexico. But with the home field advantage, favor Mexico. One individual that is so impressive, and I'm confident we've seen him play in the past, but he's 14 years old, from Bolivia, from Cochabamba, is Mr. Garcia Quispe. This guy, and he's coached by his older brother, Brian, doesn't make many mistakes. He's calm. He's got great court presence. He has all the skills, all the racket skills, all the shots, both left and right side. He's a right-hander, and he won the 14s, beating quality player Ramos. I think it was Ramos.
From Mexico.
Yeah. So he's the one that stands out, and we'll be looking for him next year and beyond up till the time he's 18. Chances are he has at least 4 more years, maybe 5.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player. Had the opportunity to referee him and was just stunned at how he tore apart his opponent on the court, winning 15-1, 15-0, and the opponent was a quality player. Obviously, Gabby Martinez continues to dominate her age group, and now the doubles champion at 18. So we expect to see her continue to transition. And maybe Portillo from Mexico, also in the 16s. Tremendous player. I believe he won the singles and doubles. See Rojas there, just put his eyewear on, which is
wasn't
something
called
that Set Cubios had an issue with yesterday.
Right. Two referee technicals were called on Cubias for striking the ball in the court without his eyewear on. Tim, quickly, I'm confident in the match, the 16 girls, Martinez versus Mejia. It was 12-12, Mejia serving. She hit what was called a legal serve, and Gabby put up her hand, and it wasn't called. She thought it was short. Gabby won the point, and Team Mexico did not appeal. Consequently, it was 15-14 or 15-13, and game 2 was an easier ride.
So the Mexicans win the first rally, get in the service box. Burnell, Longoria skips it.
So that's what I mean. Wrap it around, jam it, get the ball to come into that glass, and Longoria wasn't able to negotiate the return.
This time it's Rojas who puts it in the floor, giving the Mexicans the first point of the second game. Broken ball. Quick replacement. We're good to go. We've especially, since the enforcement of the new rule changes September 1st, we've seen these matches stay on schedule, unlike many tournaments previous. And it's been great that we've been able to stay on schedule and get out of the courts in the evening, allowing the players and referees and officials to get some rest for the next day. One of those rule changes that really helps to promote the sport and encourage participation in perhaps the Olympics one day.
And the officiating crew has not been so giving on allowing for players' rituals after the score is called or not. So the time between points is akin to 10 seconds rather than 20, 30 seconds.
We're also seeing less and less, great from Franco there. We're seeing less and less towel breaks. Referees are requiring players to change shirts, etc. It's really helped speed up the game and make it more entertaining for those watching here and those of you watching on our online stream. So the U.S. get their side out. They're down 0-4. Doubles can be a game of runs. Let's see if they can get on the board, start a run of their own.
Rojas pushes it into the floor. They change sides. So they're likely to go to Franco on the left. He takes it early and hits a home run outside the court. Point for the U.S. Tim, we talked about this yesterday. Mexico and Bolivia are two teams that use the around the wall ball, wrap around often. The ceiling ball is such a fragile shot at this altitude, and many of them come off the back wall, as we just see. And when we're trying to be too cute, oftentimes we get the influence of a sidewall, so the ball jumps right into the middle of the court.
Only 1 point for the American team. Burnell's seems he's really struggling today. And Rojas trying to take most of the shots. Doesn't seem to be playing very confidently.
U.S. looking to get a championship like Mania did in the girls 18 earlier. Congratulations.
Indeed, we'll have that match on YouTube in a couple of weeks on our channel, International Racquetball Federation. Hope you watch it again and enjoy that. It was a very exciting match, particularly game one, which came down to the wire. Nice hands from Rojas on the right. We see that Z-serve kicking out, allowing Franco to get a real smooth, clean shot down the backhand side on the left side of the wall.
Yeah, the idea is to get the ball to do what it just did. It came off the sidewall first, kept Franco deep enough so that his kill attempt went into the floor. 3-5, game two.
U.S. continue to pick on the left-sided player. Oh, and that cracks out. Two cracks, sidewall, back wall. Smile from Rojas. 4 serving 5. Longoria wants this. Good hands from Burnell to keep that alive. Great rally going on here. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. That'll be a replay. That's unfortunate.
So earlier we called it a home run. Direct ball off the front wall that cleared the 12-foot line. That bounced and cleared it, so it's a replay. First serve.
Big skip from Rojas, talking to himself. They pulled back to 5 serving 4.
Talked about runs. Same thing happened in game one, and then Mexico had the last run. Let's see if U.S. could have the last run this game.
Good pickup from Franco. Not that time, though. That's better from Burnell. They are trying to keep Longoria quiet. Why wouldn't you? He's the current 18s champion. Franco hits his teammate Rojas. Wins Mexico a point. Should be a replay here.
And it will be. Ball jumped out of the court again off the bounce. Tim, they're just tapping those ceiling balls and they're jumping off the back. Again, It's not part of your normal behavior. It's tough to change in a game, but Mexico and Bolivia specifically understand the merits at altitude of using the round-the-wall ball.
Oh, kicks out. Good hands from Franco to keep it alive. Rojas wants this. It's high. Longoria. Another great rally. This is what we wanted to see. Brunel puts it down. 5 serving 6. So you feel that this is going to be won and lost on the left side, Gary. Seem to be picking on that side consistently. Longoria runs
Look at
over.
that. That's called poaching, folks, and he got away with it. Great read. Just a great read.
Felt a little disappointed he wasn't getting any shots. Decided to take charge.
Yeah.
Smart shot from him. Good call there. From
Visual
the
hinder.
official.
Visual hinder.
Oh, that's a nice pass.
Took a step left, Tim, and came across his body. Crossover step, rip, left side. Textbook pass.
6 serving 5.
So there he goes again. First time he's used it this match. What he did so effectively yesterday against the Bolivian team. Overhead smash Z. Nobody home.
Not a seat to be found in the stands around here. Everybody wants to see if Mexico, the home favorite, can pull this off. Lots of Mexicans. Oh, that's unlucky from Longoria, but he got caught up in the middle.
From so deep in the court, Brunel made a great response. Front wall, side wall into the glass, and then handcuffed Longoria.
Down the middle. Excellent serve. Better ceiling ball. Here's Rojas. Oh, and he puts it in the floor. 8-5 now, Mexican team. No one's taken a timeout yet. Creeping ever closer to this World Championship. It's Franco and Longoria.
Longoria trying to be repeat champ. He won in Dominican as well.
Franco skips it. U.S. get a side out, 5 serving 8. Have a little quick conversation with each other. So last time Brunel served, he went Z serve to Franco. Longoria cut it off.
So this is effectively their first timeout for both teams. On the court timeout, wiping up without the coaching staff. Sometimes it's better not to confer with the coaching staff. All these players are seasoned. They pretty much know what to do.
As we speak, USA take their first timeout of the second game. We'll take a timeout ourselves and regroup. See if the US can come back and get a run. As you said, runs are important in doubles, and we'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. USA took their first timeout. 5 serving 8, 2 servers to come. Our stream just dropped very briefly, so if you don't catch it, please just refresh your browser.
I want to recognize our leader, Luke St. Ange, who just walked in to sit next to the Chinese delegation, Tim.
Somebody who works very hard behind the scenes, refuses the spotlight. We asked to interview him.
Hey, Luke, get out of the way.
And does a terrific job managing the International Racquetball Federation. We've seen it grow tremendously over the last few years, in large part to him. Rojas with a drive serve this time.
Did you see that return of serve? I mean, he got that ball 39.5 feet deep left corner.
Rojas gets a little lucky. Smile from him, 6'8".
Look at this.
That
should be a fault serve.
Well, that should be a side out.
It should be, and the coach can appeal it.
Again, importance of knowing the rules. Sometimes they're slightly different in each country compared to the International Racquetball Federation's official rules, which are on our website, internationalracquetball.com.
So, folks, what Tim and I are alluding to is when the server consciously releases the ball, the serve starts. If there's a failure to complete the serve, it's a false serve. That was second serve. It should have been a timeout. Oh, my.
That's just tremendous from Franco.
Rojas had to be pleased with that serve.
And that's a situation where you just say too good. Should be a half out.
It is. That's the call. We'll see an appeal. So avoidable hinder called by De Leon. There's an appeal by Mexico. Let's see what happens. Call stands.
Both line judges agree. Something that you and I probably agreed with too.
Not probably, we did.
Great rally going on here. Lots of movement around the court. Rojas, another pinch winner. He's playing really well in this match. Very fired up, you can see. 7 serving 8. They're still in this. It's getting closer. Great serve. There's that round the wall.
So what he did was he hit to his partner's side. As Franco gets hit with the ball, he hits a high nick lob to his partner's side. Now in international play, his partner can leave as soon as he strikes it, which means he can clear out and not get hit. As Franco responds with a left side pinch winner.
Amazing. Just rolled it out in the left corner.
U.S. needs to take a lead.
Struggling with that drive serve. Does it again.
Once again. The importance of knowing the rule.
Not only for the players and coaches, but it's something De Leon will fix for next time he's officiating. This is a progression. Referees can make mistakes just as can everyone else, and it's a case of recognizing those and correcting them for next time.
So the U.S. was not able to forge a lead. They have not had a lead except 1-0 in the first game.
This will come off the back wall for Franco. Reverse pinch winner. He's playing much better on that left side now.
So he hit the Z without the overhead. He's mixing up his arsenal. I believe he's asking for encroachment.
Oh, what hands.
They won't appeal.
5 away from this match. 10 serving 8. Rojas slows it down. Longoria, Z-serve, it's better. Burnell does well to get it to the backcourt. But Longoria puts it down.
Talk about runs, Tim. We said earlier, if the U.S. is going to be successful, they need to have the last run, and it appears Mexico is going to be doing that.
They're up by 3, 11-8. First server. Lob down the right side. Burnell shoots it. Longoria sets up for his favorite shot, but Rojas was there to cover. Power from Longoria. Oh, great diving get from Rojas. Oh, Burnell. There'll be an appeal here.
So what happened there, folks, is Burnell on the last shot that went into the floor, he says his backswing went into his opponent. So let's see if they're appealing an avoidable hinder or a dead ball hinder.
Both line judges overrule the official, the head official.
So now, if they have an allotment remaining, why not appeal for an avoidable? Not all backswing hinders are avoidable, yet you may get the call.
And so in your opinion, IRF Rules Commissioner, would that have been an avoidable hinder?
In that case, no. However, you never know what the lines people are going to do. As a coach, having my allotment of appeals, I would now appeal it. You got the first call, so no less than it's a dead ball hinder. Now let's see if we can get a handout or a side out.
Gary Mazeroff, Hall of Famer, recently appointed the IRF Rules Commissioner. Important to have, given the many technicalities of the sport. Second server, still 3 ahead.
It's one of the few ceiling balls hit by the U.S. that didn't come off the back. Dead ball. Broken ball. So that will revert back to first. If it were second serve, it would revert back to first serve. And we've had a lot of discussion this week that really isn't fair. The rules should change. It would go back to second serve.
Something that anyone can request from the Rules Committee is a rule change, and I think one of our officials here brought that issue. So I believe he's going to be making that suggestion, which can be discussed by the Rules Committee. IRF continually looking at the rules. Meanwhile, 4 ahead now, still a timeout remaining for the United States. Franco sticks with that serve. Both players on the right side for the U.S.
There's that wraparound we talked about. Look how far it goes.
Rojas, you saw how low he got almost on his knees to roll that one out. Consequently, he takes a timeout. That'll be their second and final timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves, and we'll see if Mexico can close out this match or the United States take it to a tiebreaker.
Tim, we're back live. This is the 28th IRF World Junior Championships. It started as the Orange Bowl in Miami in USA. It shifted to Orlando, went to California, Orange County, and community out there, Fountain Valley, went to Los Angeles a couple times. It's also in Bolivia, Cochabamba, Sucre, and this is the second time it's been here.
Oh, no.
So here's what we think happened. A whiff by U.S. Ball hit Franco before it bounced the second time. So let's see what the call is by De Leon. It appears he's calling a point for the U.S.
And there's an appeal by the Mexican team.
That's the call.
So one line judge agrees. Munoz over on the left, one disagrees. U.S. I think that should have been a point, shouldn't it? U.S. were serving.
Score.
Oh, there we go. Our tablet and our screen has changed to 9-12.
What happened was the score was not recorded. A point was awarded when Franco got hit. It wasn't awarded, so De Leon called for an official time. They'll redo first serve, and it's 9-12.
Oh, Burnell. Oh, no, the U.S. team. Miscommunication there. Second server. That could be big.
Well, from this view, I think Mauro made the right decision because he was against the side wall and he didn't have time to get there, nor did Burnell.
Good hands from Rojas to keep it up. That looked like a skip from here.
So we agree that the ball skipped. The referee says no, that it was good. Point scored, overruled, point scored, no appeal used.
U.S. have no appeals used. Mexico, 2 appeals used. So Mexico only have 1 remaining.
And the U.S. doesn't have any timeouts, and Mexico has both.
That shouldn't be a replay. I mean, excuse me, unavoidable because it was over on the sidewall.
Dead ball hinder.
Good call from our official. 9-12. Just checking that it's a first serve. This player's working very hard in hot conditions in that court. 2 swipes of the ball. Rojas not able to bring it in. Now Mexico find themselves 3 points away from this match. What can the U.S. do to keep in it? High lob down the right side. Into the floor, Burnell.
Not make shots like that, Tim. So Mexico's looking for that final run to close it, close the deal.
Looked nervous from Burnell on that shot. Same serve. Rojas rolls it out, pinch winner, beautiful. When he gets set up, he takes advantage. Good hands from Burnell. Longoria. Rojas, 2 bounces, side out USA. They're not done yet. 9-13.
So they staved off last run number 1. Let's see if they can put a run together.
They have a quick conversation in the middle of the court. See what Burnell comes up with. Unlucky. Just caught side glass. That'll be a second serve. Avoidable hinder called. That's the correct call. Failure to move. Rojas takes his time. Great dive serve. Drive serve. I combine drive and dive. Oh, Longoria just kisses the sidewall.
Ball
So,
apparently was up, but he had to negotiate the concrete.
not entirely sure what the U.S. were appealing there.
I heard the word score, I'm not sure. But it seems that the score 13-9 is accurate.
Rojas sets up. Oh, great pickup from Franco. Hands from Franco, very quick. Rojas, again, great defense from the Mexican pair. And it goes out.
So Burnell was a spectator at that point. Mauro said, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Left, right, front, deep.
Fighting really hard to stay in this match. But look at that from Longoria.
Folks, did you see the different twist on that serve? Overhead smash. He didn't go with the Z. He went cross court into Mauro, right through his legs.
Up down the glass. Oh, it's a poor ceiling ball from Burnell. Franco sets up. Can't put it down. This time it's Longoria. That's it. Longoria falls over, but pinch winner to finish it. Mexico, world champions at 18, 15-11, 15-9. Gary Mazeroff, your thoughts on this match?
Kudos to Team Mexico, overall winner. Kudos to Longoria, 2 championships. And Tim, as we said earlier in the week, the cream has risen.
Indeed. Well, we thank you for this. We appreciate all of you who've stayed with us to enjoy this live streaming, whether it be through YouTube earlier in the week or through this streaming over Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've enjoyed tremendous competition. It's been very competitive throughout the week, and we really saw that today in these matches, even if they didn't go to tiebreaker. So much effort from all the players. Now players get to rest and enjoy their ceremonies as they collect their medals. We'd like to thank all of you for watching, and especially those who've worked so hard behind the scenes to make this event possible. We have Pan American Championships early spring, which we'll be bringing you from Costa Rica. We hope you join us for that. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to all the things that we're involved in, our newsletter, YouTube, Facebook, website, you name it, we're there. Thanks again, everybody. We're going to talk a little bit to the champions after a quick commercial break. 2018 Junior World Championships. We're joined by Longoria y Franco, winners of the 18 doubles, gold medalists here in Mexico. Christian, you've been fighting very hard today. You had 2 tough matches. You cramped up after the first match. How did you fight through to make sure you won the gold medal in this second match?
Pues ahorita muy feliz por haber ganado mi final de singles y la de dobles. El partido de singles fue un partido muy difícil contra el boliviano Cristian Mina. Ya nos habíamos enfrentado en la final de Colombia 2014 y pues ahorita contento de obtener mi 4º título consecutivo en singles y el 6º en dobles.
And Franco, you're playing at home, and that must mean a lot to you to look out in the crowd and see so many friends and family. You have your sister here. What does it mean to win a gold medal in front of these friends and family?
Actually, I don't have enough words to describe this moment. This feeling, this amazing feeling that I'm teaching to my sisters how to make this. I'm so proud of them. I mean, I want to thank them so much because they have been supporting me every single match, and I mean, it's amazing, amazing feeling. Again, I can describe it, and being the champion here in my home, it's one of the most great experience that I have had.
So you two played extremely well as a doubles team. You beat some tough competition even today and yesterday against Bolivia. So I know you both play sometimes on the professional tour, so why aren't you playing together in doubles? Is that something you're going to consider?
Pues ahorita, bueno, nos acomodamos muy bien. Franco y yo somos buena pareja y pues ahorita a seguir con los siguientes torneos. Sigue un WRT en la primera semana de diciembre y pues esperemos que nos vaya bien tanto en singles como en dobles y pues vamos con todo para el cierre del año.
So last question. You've been working hard over the last year to come back after an injury. What is the future for you now? You're doubles champion. What are you looking at as far as professional racquetball maybe?
I mean, the sport is my life. It has been always my life, and I would like to dedicate more few years to be a professional. And I'm still one more year in the juniors, and I want to make my best next year. Hopefully I can play the singles, and I mean, professional. It's very fun. It's amazing experience. I travel always with the same guys, play with different. I mean, it's very tough. It's the WRT, and isn't easy. And I mean, next year is gonna be better, hopefully.
Well, we appreciate the effort that you've given in this tournament. We've enjoyed watching you especially, and also all the players who's given everything across the many countries that are here. This is the end of our stream, and we hope you've really enjoyed it. And we, of course, remind you that in March we'll be at the Pan American Championships, and we hope you join us for that. For now, thank you both, Franco y Longoria, and we wish you a great evening.